is an argument that we can talk about also.
Well, we just talked about Bailey, and Bailey in her backstage interview
Mhm.
announced that she will be declaring herself in the Royal Rumble this year, entering herself in the Royal Rumble this year. It's the first mention that we've heard
No, I
of the
think some
Women's Royal Rumble, really.
well, didn't Nia say she was gonna be in the Royal Rumble? I think they're, like, the only
I
2.
This is the second part. This is the second time. Never mind.
Okay. I think that it's
I'm
only
trying
the 2 of them who have, like, really declared for the Rumble. Meanwhile, like, half of the roster of men have already said that they're gonna be in the Rumble. I mean,
and it's how
every
to be the
top
biggest one.
dude that's not a champion has said that they were gonna be in the Men's Rumble. So, that's
Yeah.
the that's a problem. Like, I am somebody that I don't really care if you declare for the Rumble or not. Like, I honestly don't care. I don't think that needs to be a thing. But because there is some sort of like secrecy to that. That's how the Rumble used to be treated. You know, if
I
they
like the secrecy.
when they
I'm
would
with
do
you
the
there.
bingo and like they would
Oh,
draw the number and then it was like you hid what number you were, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that kind of thing. Like, so I've not always been a huge fan of like declaring, but when they decide that that's what they're going to do, then it does feel pretty messed up that we're seeing like man after man after man be like, I'm declaring, and then there's like 2 women, and it's like, okay, but Triple H is supposed to be this like champion of women and like pushing the women's division and wanting them to be like the best women's division in all of wrestling, and then you're completely ignoring this like revolutionary match that you guys created however many years ago for the women to also
Mhm.
participate, and you're not getting people excited when we're what, like I said, 11 days before the Rumble and you have 2 people that have declared for the match as opposed to like 15 or something for the men, and you're barely talking about it. Like, that's weird.
Yeah, like I'm with you. It is weird. Yeah, it does suck. That the only thing I can see, and it seems like they've been doing this with the women for longer, is that when they are not hyping it up, there's more legends and
I
surprises and
hope that's
whatnot
not what
with
they're
the
doing.
men. It seems like it's pretty straightforward, and you're gonna have maybe one or two shocking or surprises, like, and for the I don't know, it just seems the way they're doing it is different in that regard, where I would like to see them hype up the Royal Rumble more by having both women and men be declaring for it,
Yeah.
because then you hype up the event itself by
Mhm.
doing it. You're not making it a male versus female issue. You're
Yeah.
making it a Royal Rumble issue by not hyping it up on both ends.
Yeah.
And that's my,
Well,
I would say, quarrel with it
and they have the talent for the women, for people to
easily.
care. And if we're being honest, when we look at the Women's Royal Rumble, like the history of the Women's Royal Rumbles, the Elimination Chambers, and the Survivor Series matches, 9 out of 10 times, people say that the women's match was better than the men's. Like, that's fact. It's like
Yeah, I did say
almost
that.
every single year. So it's odd that like for a group of people in WWE that we know are chronically online, that they are not like more aware of this, because they know that people have talked like way better about the women's specific matches over the past couple years. So it's like to then just kind of disregard really hyping up the women's Royal Rumble. It just feels like a complete disservice, and I don't get it. And the reason why it's even an issue, because it's if we were talking about this 3 weeks ago, it's not that much of an issue. We have one Raw
11,
episode left.
11 days left,
Yeah. So
Sarah.
there's 2 SmackDowns and 1 Raw until the Royal Rumble. That's why it's a problem, because you're not giving us like enough time. Then instead, we're probably going to have like 5 girls declare on SmackDown and like a bunch of them on Raw. Like if they're going to try and force it on us over the next week, and like that's not cool either, you know.